Hello and welcome to the Low End Mopar YouTube channel. In this video we're going to be looking at this newly acquired 1992 Dodge Dynasty. Picked this car up for $100 for obvious reasons. It was $100, but I got it because I want to take the suspension components on it and put them on this blue 1989 Chrysler New Yorker. This has really good front and rear suspension. Contrary to how it looks, it actually rides pretty nicely. This, on the other hand, looks great, but well, the front's okay, but the back on this one is very bad. The auto leveling works, but even when the ignition is on, it bounces like that. Fortunately, the suspension components on this Dynasty will bolt right on to that New Yorker. Now, as to why I got this for $100. Well, first off, right now, it looks better than it did. I got the door panel on here, cleaned out all the crap that was in it, except for I haven't vacuumed it. Headliner is gone. If we get in, the dashboard is destroyed. It's horrible. Fortunately, it came with this nice padded dash cover. Fancy. These don't even work. That's broken. That comes down because the screws are missing. I have to, if I choose to put the effort into it, I might get some more screws there. But the real reason that I got this for $100, the gentleman, the previous owner, reached out to me, said, hey, I've got this old Dodge Dynasty. Needs new brakes, and it's got an electrical issue. So I said, all right, I'll come and look at it. I didn't offer him anything at the time. Went out and looked at it, and the brakes I thought wouldn't be a big issue. But then I turned on the key. Now, if you caught it that fast, you're good. If you didn't, it's understandable. But there was a hint just then as to why the brakes on this thing are questionable. I'm gonna open the hood. We're gonna go have a look. So, have you guessed it yet? Yes, this thing right here. This Dodge Dynasty has the infamous Bendix 10 anti-lock brake system. Now, I've read over the years that the Dodge Dynasty had this as an option. I have never personally encountered one. Most New Yorkers don't have this system. Some do, but few. The Dodge, I don't know, I think it's even more rare because people, I don't think, generally we're going to spend that much extra money to get anti-lock brakes on the Dodge variant. But whoever bought this one when it was new did, apparently. So, anyway, the Bendix 10 anti-lock brake system is infamous for going bad. And it's not like standard power brakes where you have your brake booster and a vacuum line that goes to that, and then a master cylinder. No, this uses an electric motor that pressurizes the accumulator and the rest of the system to 2,000 psi. What ends up happening is eventually the seals wear out, the accumulator starts to leak, and well, then the pump will start to run constantly, and then well, you end up losing all power assist, which gives the impression of no brakes to some people, especially those who have never driven a vehicle without power brakes. Now, I got this thing and I figured that the thing was bad. I drove it home. The brakes felt, a little, they felt hard, obviously. Most of the time spongy, a little bit. But then I got home and I realized that the pump was working. And the brake light was on, and I was like, well, what's going on here? I can hear the pump working, because the brakes, they felt hardish, but it didn't feel like I was completely lacking power brakes. It felt more like spongy brakes. So I thought, okay, what is going on here? The brake light was on, but the ABS light would only come on when the vehicle is moving. That generally indicates that there's the brake pedal, or the emergency brake, is on. So I looked at the switch for that, and I was like, okay, that's actually working. And then I thought, surely it couldn't be that it's just low on fluid. Well, guess what? It was just low on fluid. It took 2 small bottles of brake fluid to fill it. And when I did that, the brake light turned off. And the brakes felt a lot better. It still is acting a little bit temperamental. The pump doesn't always want to turn on. But I think that could be this relay right here failing, because I got in and tapped on this thing and it started working again. Now, I'm sure that the brakes need bled, but wouldn't it be something else if this anti-lock brake system was actually good? I'd be flabbergasted if that were really the case. Anyway, the other interesting thing about this car is that it runs very smooth. It shifts perfectly. I mean, it shifts softer and smoother than my gold 91 right there with the same engine and transmission. The ABS system is intermittently working, and it's smooth. Despite the way it looks, it runs very, very smooth. Now, it looks like hell. It's got rust underneath on the back here. You know what? I haven't even looked underneath yet. Let me see. I'm curious to see how bad the underneath is. Oh yeah. There's rot. Big. There's a rust hole there. It's rusty. Very, very rusty. So, it's got rust. But, aside from the brake issue, it runs and drives very nicely. And I'm gonna do something about that door there. Doesn't want to shut all the way. If I decide to actually take this thing on as a project, aside from just removing its suspension components and swapping them over to that much nicer blue car, which is what I still intend to do. But then I have to ask myself, is this car worth salvaging? It is a strange thing in that it runs as good as it does, it shifts as good as it does, it's as smooth and quiet as it is, which you would never expect given the condition of it. Let me start it up for you. You'll see what I mean when I say it's smooth and quiet. All the electrical stuff works. The electric driver's seat works. Passenger seat is not electric. Power windows all work. The air conditioning blows ice cold. Yet I don't know how many miles are on it because the odometer's broken. So it's got north of 218,000 miles, and God knows how long ago that broke. So anyway, I'll fire it up. It's very quiet. It's very smooth. Rides like a dream. The air conditioning works. All the electrical stuff works. Electric mirrors work. The ABS system is potentially salvageable. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I salvage this? Attempt to save it? Or should I junk it when I get done with the parts? Or, if any of you are out here in Colorado, would any of you want it when I'm done getting the suspension components off of it that I need? I'll obviously put the suspension components from the blue car on here. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.